All right, let's talk about something that might just blow your mind. You know that vitamin you're taking to feel healthier, more energetic? Well, it could be the very thing that's secretly wrecking your sleep.
You know the feeling, right? You're staring at the ceiling, you're counting sheep, you're doing a full audit of every embarrassing thing you've ever said. It's just the worst.
But what if the fix isn't some fancy new pillow or a white noise machine? What if the problem is actually a healthy habit you've been practicing every single day? It's a pretty wild thought, but experts are really starting to pay attention to it.
And it makes sense when you think about it. As Dr. Raj Dasgupta points out, vitamins aren't just sitting there. They're actively running the show behind the scenes. And that includes managing your body's internal clock, your circadian rhythm.
Okay, so let's get right to it. We're going to zoom in on one specific vitamin, a very, very popular one that might just be the unlikely culprit behind your restless nights.
Now look, a lot of things can mess with our sleep. Stress, scrolling on our phones too late, but sleep experts are putting up a big red flag about one supplement in particular.
And here it is, vitamin B12. Yeah, the one everyone takes for an energy boost. Turns out that boost might be exactly what's working against you when you're trying to wind down.
And listen to how Dr. Dimitriu puts it. He says it can lead to sleep fragmentation. So what does that even mean? It means your sleep is broken into little pieces. You're waking up over and over all night, even if you don't fully remember it. It just completely tanks the quality of your rest.
So why is B12 so stimulating? Well, it's literally its job. Its whole purpose in your body is to help turn food into energy. It's designed to rev your engine, which, is the exact opposite of what you need when you're trying to drift off to sleep.
Okay, now here's where things get a little weird, a little confusing. The research seems to say two opposite things at once. But don't worry, we're going to sort this out.
Check out this puzzle. Some studies find that high levels of B12 are linked to insomnia. But then, other studies find that low levels of B12 are also linked to insomnia. So, what gives? How can both too much and too little be a problem?
And the studies really are all over the place. I mean, look at this. One study from 2024 says B12 shots helped people who were actually deficient. But then an older study found high levels were a risk for insomnia. And another review basically confirmed it can mess with your whole sleep-wake schedule. It's clearly not as simple as more is better.
All right, let's cut through all that noise. What do they actually say is the truth here? Let's unravel this thing.
And boom, here's the key. This is the big aha moment. Dr. Dimitriu explains that our bodies are amazing at holding on to B12. Our liver stores a 5 to 6 year supply. Let that sink in. A 6-year supply. So for most of us, being truly deficient is actually incredibly rare.
And that brings us to the real takeaway. It's all about balance. Think of it this way. You need a key to unlock your front door. If you don't have one, that's a problem. But having a giant bucket of 500 extra keys isn't going to make the door open any better. In fact, you might just end up jamming the lock.
So what's the magic number? How much do you actually need? For most adults, it's just 2.4 micrograms a day.
And to put 2.4 micrograms into perspective, a lot of common B12 supplements have 1,000 micrograms. That's more than 400 times the daily recommendation. It's kind of crazy, right? Especially when you realize you can easily get what you need from your food.
Okay, so we get the problem. Now let's talk solutions. It's time for an action plan so you can start reclaiming your nights.
First things first, how do you figure out if B12 is even your problem to begin with? It's actually pretty simple. Just ask yourself this one question. Think back. Did your sleep start getting worse right around the same time you started taking that B12 supplement? If the timelines match up, well, that's a pretty big clue. So instead of reaching for a pill bottle, experts really push a food-first approach. Things like salmon, eggs, yogurt, even fortified cereals are packed with B12, and your body knows exactly how to process it naturally.
And beyond just B12, the experts have some other killer tips. 1. Set a tech curfew. Put the phone and laptop away by 10 p.m. 2. Go dark. Dim the lights in your house an hour or two before bed. It tells your brain it's time to make melatonin. And 3. Focus on your wake-up time. Keeping it consistent, even on weekends, is one of the best ways to regulate your internal clock.
And of course, look, if your sleep issues just aren't getting better, it's so important to talk to a professional. It could be something bigger, like sleep apnea.
And therapies like CBTI are actually the gold standard for treating chronic insomnia.
So, at the end of the day, it's time to take a good, hard look at our routines and ask ourselves, what's really helping, and what's just a well-meaning habit that might be backfiring? Your sleep might just depend on it.